Though Natalie's life was blessed by fortune, it was cut short by fate.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most baffling mysteries ever to surround famous figures.
We want to know why, we want to know who, and until we do, I think there will always be an interest.
Number 10. Howard Hughes' reclusiveness. Hughes was among the most interesting and puzzling figures in modern history.
During his life, Howard Hughes was a man of extraordinary accomplishments and notorious eccentricities.
In addition to his reputation as a dashing billionaire, aviation pioneer, and Hollywood producer, Hughes was known for his neuroses and eccentricity. Still, no one expected him to withdraw from his chic circles completely in the 1950s.
He had the money and the audacity to pursue fame and power in the public arena, but once he achieved it, he became a victim and prisoner of his own success.
He spent his final decades in near-total isolation, moving between luxury hotels and private residences. His extreme secrecy, coupled with reports of bizarre habits and health issues, fueled countless rumors.
The media reported sensational accounts of his last days. A bedridden eccentric recluse with long hair and overgrown fingernails exhibiting intense personal phobias and neurotic behavior.
That said, it's likely we'll never get a clear answer as to the exact nature of Howard Hughes' inner torment. Number 9. The lost work of Nikola Tesla. Tesla's brilliance was so profound that during his lifetime, the world wasn't always prepared for his ideas.
The tests that were done by Tesla in 1899 to 1900 in Colorado Springs verified the fact that the use of wireless was actually possible.
And today, nearly a century after his death, it seems we're still not ready. The Croatian-born scientist made significant advancements in electrical engineering and wireless communication. That is, until his 1943 death, when the US government seized many of his documents and personal papers.
The FBI and Office of Alien Property seized Tesla's remaining documents. Could they have stolen the plans so America could secretly develop their own death ray?
Among these were rumored blueprints for a death ray, a device that could purportedly destroy aircrafts from hundreds of miles away. But because so much of Tesla's work remains missing or classified, inventions like the death ray can only be found in science fiction, at least for now.
The mere facts of Tesla's death lends itself very easily to all sorts of speculation.
Number 8. The disappearance of Agatha Christie. Few detective novelists have been as influential as Agatha Christie. In fact, the British author is referred to as the Queen of Crime.
Agatha Christie, then an up-and-coming writer at 36, suddenly went missing from her home in England.
In December 1926, however, she vanished for 11 days, sparking a nationwide search in England. She was eventually discovered at a hotel in Harrogate, registered under a false name, and claimed to have no memory of the events.
On December 15th, 1926, Agatha Christie was finally found at the Harrogate Spa, more than 200 miles north of where she lived outside London.
Some believed it was merely a publicity stunt to promote her newest book, while others wondered if Christie had blacked out or disassociated during this time. In any event, she evaded the subject for the remainder of her life, even leaving mention of the sabbatical out of her autobiography.
What happened over those 11 days? No one knows exactly. Christie pleaded amnesia and never spoke about the episode again.
The nature of her disappearance was as eerie as if she had written it herself. Number 7. What happened to Jimmy Hoffa? The case of this missing man has baffled investigators, not to mention true crime junkies, for decades. Hoffa was a noteworthy name in the realm of the labor union, serving as the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters.
Well, because we are financially solid, because we do have an organization that is equipped to handle any situation that comes in front of us, we're successful in getting from the employers what our members want and need without strikes.
But his reputation was marred by legal troubles and allegations of mob connections. Hoffa vanished in 1975 after having last been seen at a Michigan restaurant, and no one had heard from him since, nor has anyone been able to find a body.
Many believe it was this inability to see that he was playing with fire that led to Hoffa's mysterious disappearance.
Numerous theories about what happened to him have surfaced, with many believing he was killed and disposed of by the mafia. But all in all, we're stumped, and it's very possible that Hoffa's case will continue to puzzle us for years to come.
I don't think Hoffa would have gotten into that car if he thought his life was in danger. He felt comfortable enough with whoever was in that vehicle that he climbed in and went away.
Number 6. What happened to Bob Crane? If you're a fan of the classic World War II sitcom Hogan's Heroes, you'll recognize Bob Crane as the titular senior officer.
What are you waiting for?
For one thing, you didn't say please.
Who are you?
Colonel Hogan.
He's the ranking officer of the prisoners.
But did you know the actor who played Hogan suffered a terrible, not to mention very peculiar end? When a deceased Crane was discovered in his Arizona residence beaten to death in 1978, the crime scene revealed a little.
It was a particularly grisly crime, and police are no closer to solving the murder of one of America's most popular TV characters of the 1960s.
All kinds of ideas about the murder have emerged, as have grisly details about his controversial lifestyle, which may have had a hand in what transpired. But ever since the primary suspect, Crane's friend, John Carpenter, was acquitted due to insufficient proof, the case has been considered cold.
My life is back together again after 16 years, and I'm sorry for breaking down, but it's a lot of weight off of me.
Carpenter never took the stand. A cloud of suspicion haunted him until his death 4 years later.
Number 5. The Life of JD Salinger. Despite being the author of one of the most popular coming-of-age novels ever written, JD Salinger was definitely not in it for the fame.
This is one of the world's most famous recluses, JD Salinger. This unique footage of the writer has never been seen before, even though journalists and fans have stalked him for the past 40 years.
In fact, he was so reclusive that many of the details of his life remain unknown. After publishing The Catcher in the Rye in 1951, Salinger retreated to a secluded life in New Hampshire, where he largely avoided interviews and public appearances. While he continued to write privately, he published very little, which naturally left fans hungry for more.
The more you're mysterious, the less people know about you, the more they want to know. That's the nature of human inquiry, isn't it?
More recently, there's been talk of his unpublished works being released. However, even if we do finally get to read the rest of Salinger's work, the man himself will probably continue to stand out as a true enigma.
If he does publish, and the writing is actually good, it will be a second act unlike almost any American writer has had.
Number 4. Who killed the Black Dalia? Elizabeth Short may not have ever achieved traditional celebrity status, but the story of her tragic demise certainly made headlines.
She was a young woman who left her home to come find fame and fortune, maybe, in Los Angeles.
Short, who was an aspiring actress living in Los Angeles, was discovered deceased in unspeakable form in January 1947, but her murderer was never identified, and questions such as why, how, and when were never properly answered.
Police and reporters try to get a lead on Beth's life, but the more they dig in, the more of a mystery she becomes.
All kinds of theories and potential suspects have been considered, but Short's, aka the Black Dahlia's story, remains untold. According to James Ellroy, author of a 1987 novel inspired by the case, it's never going to be solved because it was not meant to be solved.
The Elizabeth Short mystery carries on to this day because nobody's been caught.
Number 3. How did Marilyn Monroe really die? Monroe is a household name, instantly recognizable for her vocal talent, acting prowess, and of course, trademark sultriness.
You kind of like that song, don't you, Mrs. Lewis?
There isn't any other song.
She achieved unfathomable popularity in her life, and the world was devastated by her untimely passing in 1962. While her death was officially attributed to an overdose, the specifics of the incident are yet uncertain.
On August 5th, the phone rang. It was a reporter telling me that Marilyn was dead. I was dumbfounded.
Some believe Monroe took her own life, whereas others insist it must have been an accident. Still, others have proposed that run-ins with the Kennedy family or the mob made her a target for assassination.
Marilyn Monroe, Hollywood's most flamboyant blonde since Jean Harlow, went to her tomb in a plain dress today, following simple funeral services attended by only a handful of friends and relatives.
But even all these years later, it seems we are no closer to knowing what exactly did her in for certain. Number 2. The Britney Murphy and Simon Monjack case. Murphy, the beloved actress known for her roles in films like Clueless and Girl Interrupted, sadly passed away in 2009 at the age of 32.
The entertainment world is stunned by the loss of this seemingly healthy young actress whose life was abruptly cut short.
Her death was attributed to pneumonia, anemia, and combined drug intoxication. 5 months later, her husband, Simon Monjack, also died under eerily similar circumstances. This led to rampant speculation and conspiracy theories, including possible toxic mold exposure and foul play.
I feel she was poisoned, there's no question about that, and I feel she was murdered.
Many who know Monjack found him suspicious and wondered if his strange history had a hand in these bizarre events. Despite numerous investigations and public curiosity, the exact details surrounding their untimely deaths remain shrouded in mystery, leaving fans and loved ones without definitive answers.
The uncanny similarities of their deaths raise suspicion. No one believes that they both died of the same natural causes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Drowning of Natalie Wood. This celebrated actress was known for her roles in Miracle on 34th Street, West Side Story, Rebel Without a Cause, and more. In 1981, Wood drowned while on a yacht trip near Catalina Island.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, our metropolitan area and the whole world mourns the death of 43-year-old movie actress Natalie Wood.
Also present on the boat were its captain, Wood's husband Robert Wagner, and her co-star Christopher Walken. Although the death was initially ruled accidental, conflicting accounts and lingering questions about the events that led to her drowning have fueled speculation for decades.
The real story of her death is that she drowned, and nobody knows how she drowned or what happened except her.
There have been investigations and reports, the cause of death even later being amended to drowning and other undetermined factors. Still, the true details of that fateful night remain elusive. It's likely that the full story behind Woods' death will never be revealed.
Somebody's lying, somebody hurt her, somebody's hurting all of us.
Which of these celebrity secrets has you most intrigued? Let us know in the comments.
It seems to be an annual rite of passage for people in Metro Detroit to be inundated with Hoffa digs and Hoffa searches every couple years.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.